Okay, let's start. Punctual, 8 o'clock, 8:03. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. First stop for joining us. I think first thing I do want to say, it's been an amazing journey. Obviously, we're approaching the launch day. Super, super excited, like what Rosh said. Put in a shitload of hours into this, and we really hope that all of this, obviously, when it comes mint day, it all pays off. And obviously, when you guys get the NFTs as well, you guys get super psyched. I think all in all as well, we've got a great community, almost 25,000 strong. I think definitely, I can't wait to meet you guys, and I think I also wanted to mention that this project itself, without the community, obviously we're nothing. So thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for constantly keeping us entertained and keeping us motivated to really work as hard as we can to make this launch a success. So first up, if you don't know me, I'm Hugh, just one of the guys behind the project. Like Amelia said, we're going to mostly be talking about the launch day, and we're going to focus on that. But like I said, a big part, I've been on Discord heaps, and I've actually been seeing many people ask, what do we get? Is there incentive to also own more Lucky Tigers? So the clean and simple answer is yes, and I just want to be able to share a little bit more about this today. Okay, let's go. So funny story. Obviously, we have this pasted all over the Discord channel, even our website. But people still coming back and say, free beer, or like, what are we gonna get, or like, what type of merchandise, or like, is there merchandise? So I just want to be able to touch on this. Obviously, as an owner of the Lucky Tiger or the Tiger Archives, you pretty much will get these 5 things. And just to pretty much just sum it up, I think the first thing being merchandise itself. When we say merchandise, just because PMC itself, if you guys don't know, we're actually a streetwear company. I've been doing this now for about 11 years and have ventured into a whole bunch of like different type of product, not only apparel itself. So, we really hope to be able to set ourselves apart, our project compared to other projects out there. You obviously will see your standard t-shirts, hoodies, blah, blah. But on top of that, I think on the accessory front, and something that we're extremely keen on as well is like homeware or even like home decor. So I know a few of you guys were talking about whether it be light boxes, neons, things like that. I'm not saying it will be exactly that, but definitely in that direction. Second of all, as well, is the special experiences. So I'm happy to disclose at this current stage, at a minimum, what we are aiming for. Obviously, the pandemic is going to be a big COVID-19 is going to be a big factor within this entire thing. But we do have people in Singapore as well as in Malaysia to make it happen. So we may not, touch wood, we may not be able to cross borders between both. But the idea here is to at least aim for 6 within Singapore as well as Malaysia. So, and I think the first one, we want to be able to really kickstart it with a bang. So we are looking somewhat at that March and April timeline, and it will be back to back both countries, maybe back to back weeks. So that's going to be the first thing that you guys can look forward to. A big thing that a lot of people are obviously asking about would be the beer redemption. So we've got this thing called Tiger Cheers. You can see here at the bottom left. What it is a monthly beer redemption program. We're currently working with the partners right now to ensure like a smooth rollout. But by the looks of it, considering that it's just Chinese New Year around the corner, we're probably going to be aiming for March. And we're looking at over 20 locations across Singapore as well as Malaysia that you guys can verify your NFT and obviously redeem beer on a monthly basis. Obviously, when we do launch this, we will let you guys know the limit. There is going to be a limit. It's not unlimited. So I just want to be able to set expectations as well on that front. Next thing, and actually the last thing here, would be on the PMC front. So like I said, PMC being a brand, I think for us, the brand itself has always been centered around a lot of community. We've been doing like a whole bunch of, whether it be events, collections, parties, things like that. We definitely want to be able to rope in as well the Tiger Archives owners to be a part of this. So definitely, whenever PMC is doing anything, you guys will also be the first to know, and will get exclusive access as well. Okay. So then next up, right? So this one obviously is general NFT ownership perks that we've been talking about for the past, one plus month since our website went live, as well as our Discord, or just under 1 month. But I think a lot of people are always saying, like, what is there any incentives for owning, more than one NFT? And like I said, the answer is yes. So these are just for illustration purposes, okay? But what we're going to be creating is these three houses. The Javan house is comprised, as long as you have 3 lucky tigers and above, you belong to like the Javan house. You will be given this role. So part of what we're going to be doing as well is that as soon as we go for launch and hopefully sell out, I think the plan here is to start allocating new roles. We're going to get rid of your gold, jade, and all those other things that you currently see now. And we're going to start off with a clean slate, obviously all verified using Collabland. And there's going to be these 3 new names, Javan, Caspian, and Sabretooth. Okay, so where these names actually come from, they're actually all extinct tigers, which have been extinct for some time. So these are the 3 lucky tigers in that sense. Okay, so I guess then the question comes, what do each of these houses give you? But sorry, I forgot to mention as well. So Javan is 3, Caspian is anything more than 9, and obviously Sabretooth, alpha of all, 20 and above. There you go. Okay, so on the Javan side, we're talking about having more than 3 lucky tigers. On top of the airdrops that you guys are already going to get, if you fall within this category, we've lined up a bunch of NFT airdrops, which is going to be featuring a few artists from around the region, not only in Southeast Asia, but even overseas as well. So the plan is to be able to airdrop you guys. You guys will get access to this. On top of that would also be this special channel, and it's going to be a collaborative channel between the Javan as well as Caspians. Just because I think from just to manage the channel, we want to be able to look after you guys. So we have decided to rope 2 of you guys, or these 2 houses, into one. I'm going to skip Sabretooth and move on to Caspian. Caspian also gets that access to that collaborative artist NFT drops that I just mentioned. But number 2, you also get the tier 1 merchandise. So what the tier 1 merchandise is, like I said, as a general holder of the Lucky NFT, Lucky Tiger NFT, you already get merchandise. You get access to the personalization I mentioned, one of ones. You also get access to a bunch of merchandise that we're going to be doing. But within these things, there is also going to be a tier 1 merchandise, which it might be like, if we launch like 9 or 10 different products, maybe we'll have like 1 or 2 extra, which falls under this tier 1. And obviously, people that fall within this particular Caspian territory will be able to access this. Okay? And then lastly would be that same thing across the board on top regarding that special exclusive channel of that Caspian Java. And then lastly, I just want to be able to touch on Sabretooth. And obviously, this one requires a little bit of effort. It's 20 lucky tigers. And the idea here is that you get the same thing, 1, 2. But the third one I do want to touch on is this thing called the Foamy's Pass. I mentioned, obviously, this is our first foray into the NFT space, PMC, together with Tiger Beer. But I think the plan here is that, we want to definitely continue this. We definitely want to continue to innovate, continue to improve what we're doing. And therefore, we are going to be looking probably end of the year at another project. Obviously, holding this Foamy's Pass, it gives you access, a free mint, into that particular project. Okay, so you get first dibs. Number 4, you will also get access to that Caspian Java channel. And on top of that, alpha of all alpha, you get your own channel called Sabretooth. And what I want to be able to touch on this Sabretooth channel is that not only do you actually get to, obviously, we expect the group to be quite small and quite exclusive. So whether it be, I think the idea here is that we want, I think as a project, or the guys running the project, we want to be able to share our ideas and also get feedback on ideas of how we're moving forward, some of our plans. And so this group itself, we will be spending a lot more time with you guys if you do fall within this category. Okay, but don't sweat. It's not only eligible for the 20 lucky tigers, which I will touch on after this. So probably nothing you guys have seen these previews already. This one is really the first one on the left. If you realize, compared to all the other previews, it's actually got an animated background, and even the designers like Jack and team, when they put it together, you will have like an exclusive tiger pose. It has certain things within the NFT where no other NFT will have. So we call these the animated backgrounds. And just to let you know how rare these guys are, out of the 6688 NFTs that we're going to be launching, the percentage is probably sitting at 0.13. So super exclusive. Will be around that 10 mark. Okay, just to give you guys a gauge. And then lastly, as well, are these things called wildcards. The wildcards are even rarer, and the wildcards itself is 0.04% amongst the 6688. So I want to be able to also mention, by owning these things, we're going to be offering a few things. I think first up, with the animated background, you actually get access to the Sabretooth group. So as long as you actually own this particular NFT, or not this NFT, but this animated background NFT, or even the wildcard, straight away you get all the perks that we just spoke about before, which falls under this particular group. Where is it? Let me go back. The Sabretooth group. Okay, you get access to that. But what also sets this wildcard apart, just because it's even more exclusive, what we're going to do, I can't promise that it will be worldwide, but Malaysia, Singapore, we will send you guys a crate of beer every month, on top of all the redemption. So that's just going to be something extra for you guys. Okay? That's it. That's it from me. Amelia, should we just ask, maybe we do questions on this front, just in case it starts getting complicated later, while it's still fresh in their memory?
Sure. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave them in the general chat, or even better, unmute yourself and ask away. Anyone?
Go ahead, guys. Any questions on any of the perks, any of these new things that we've just disclosed?
Sorry, is the wild cards, is that the design itself, or
no? Sorry. So the whole idea, I didn't actually want to disclose it. I apologize. I didn't mention it, but the reason I showed this is because we've already showed this to all of you guys. So you guys have seen this, but you guys have not seen this. So I decided to somewhat blur it out. So at least, but it's going to look different from the rest of the 6688, guaranteed. So if you own it, you'll definitely stick out like a sore thumb.
Gotcha. So it won't be blurred, correct?
No, it won't be blurred.
Right.
No. Sorry.
Gotcha. Thank you for answering.
It won't be blurred, and you will definitely know if you have one of these super rare ones.
On the first, when the reveal happens, if you own it, that'd be awesome.
Right, gotcha. Thanks, man.
Thank you for your question. Anyone else?
Anyone else on this front? If nothing, then I'll pass it on to you, and we can move on to roles. I think the idea here is that everyone wants to get through the mint first.
All right. Okay, now I'll talk a bit about the roles. Okay, so that's okay. So as you guys all know, the roles determine the number of mints you can have. So we've posted this, everywhere, all over and also I think I've seen the mods also post this in the general chat and all the other channels as well. So I just want to reiterate this one more time, so everyone's on the same page and we're all clear about this. So starting from the Gold Tiger. So it's a Gold Tiger, which means you invited over 30 people onto our server. Thank you so much. You're eligible to up to 4 mints. And if you did boost the server, so if you're Gold and Fire Tiger, you are entitled to 1 extra mint, as well as special perks for Gold Tigers. All right? So Gold Tiger, 4 mints. Gold plus Fire, 5 mints. Next one, Jade Tiger, whereby you invited over 15 people to our server. Jade Tigers are entitled to 3 mints, and 1 more if you've boosted the server. So that's 4 in total. Jade Tigers are also entitled to special perks. Now, what I want to say as well is that the server boosting for an extra mint is now closed, and we've already assigned those to, well, if you did that, you'll know, we know as well. And we keep a sheet of, who did what when. So we're all agreeable to that. But yeah, essentially, Gold Tiger, Jade Tiger, if you did server boost, 1 extra mint. That is now closed. Next up, the White Tiger, you're eligible to up to 2 mints. And then we have our Fire Tigers, which are our server boosters. Fire Tigers with a Whitelist role, which is the White Tiger role, you're eligible for up to 2 mints. And again, based on my announcement today, because there was some confusion going around, those 888 Fire Tigers are slightly more because we extended the time a little bit. But those with Fire Tiger and White Tiger roles, essentially, max 2 mints. But these are all just for the whitelist mint. Once the public mint starts, you're free to mint as many as you want. Are we all clear on that? I will take that as a yes. All right. Yes?
Yep, all good.
Yes, all good. Okay. Now moving on to whitelist wallet submissions. So thank you to everyone who has submitted your wallet address so far. Most of you have. I think there are just a couple more who haven't yet. So if you haven't submitted your whitelist, if you haven't submitted your wallet address already, please do so as soon as you can, because we will be closing the form at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I will post an announcement later on with, with your particular time zones, so everyone's clear on this. But 10 a.m. tomorrow, Malaysian time, that's GMT +8, we'll be closing the form. And after that, gives a few hours to reconcile everything. After that, we will share the info for you guys to verify your wallet addresses to ensure that everything is correct. We will update on this a bit more tomorrow, so stay tuned to our announcements. If there are any sort of discrepancies, you can open a ticket tomorrow, and we will be there to assist you. And that's all for whitelist and wallet addresses. Any questions? No questions? All right, then. Next up, Rosh and Jeevan, would you like to take us through the minting process so everyone has an idea of what to expect?
Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Hello. Loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Thanks for coming, everyone. I'll just give like a brief, introduction to like the pre-sale and then the public sale and just like things we've done on the contract, because I know there's been a lot of discussion in some of the channels about like the contracts we've been using and like how gas optimized it is. So I'll touch on that a bit as well. So in terms of just the minting process, I think everyone here knows that it's going live on the 28th. We'll be announcing the exact time towards the date itself, just for security reasons, because there's been a lot of public mints and pre-sales where people have been DDoSed because they announced their mint time too early. So you guys can definitely expect us to be letting you all know when the exact mint time is, probably on the day or maybe like at night the day before, which is tomorrow night. Technically, we haven't fully decided that, but yeah, expect like an announcement towards then. But yeah, it's definitely happening on 28th for the pre-sale. So the pre-sale is going to be, like Amelia said, like 2 days pre-sale, 48 hours pre-sale if I'm mistaken. And yeah, so during that period, we've actually put it as 48 hours just in case that's, because we understand there's people from like different parts of the world and stuff. So, just in case there's any issues, you have that 48 hours. So, there's like really no need to rush and mint, to be honest, because you have that 48 hours. And if you have any issues, I think Amelia and like Hugh set up a ticket channel, ticket channel where you can, just create a ticket, and we'll definitely reply you and like try to figure out if there's any issues for you. So yeah, that's on the pre-sale itself. And as Amelia said, like it all depends on what role you have. So if you have if you have a gold tiger role, you have a 5 max mint, and one of the design.
Unless you boosted.
Okay, yes. So 4 if you're not boosted, and 5 if you're boosted, and yeah, likewise all the way down to 2 for white tigers. So on that note, one of the design decisions that we made was actually that as a whitelist minter, you can only mint the whitelist once. So this is just following standards from other projects as well, right? So just keep that in mind. So if you're minting on the whitelist, you can mint it once. So if you have an allocation of 4 or 3 or whatever, you can mint up to that amount, right? So you can mint anywhere from 1 to 4 if, for example, you're a jade tiger. If you're a gold tiger, right? So you can do that. However, if you were to mint 1 and then you have 3 left, right? The thing here is that you cannot mint again. So that's a design decision that we made, which is again following standards from other projects as well. So just keep that in mind when you're minting. However, if you've minted on the pre-sale, you can always mint again on the public sale, right? That's always an option. So again, the one minting, the one transaction, minting design decision was only for the pre-sale. So you can just do it once. Keep that in mind. And that I think was, that's the main gist of the actual pre-sale itself. I'm just gonna go a bit more into public, then I'll go into the gas optimization. So public sale, another thing here as well is that it's 10 max per address. So for example, if you've minted 3 on the pre-sale, you have an allocation of 7 left on the public sale, right? If you've minted 0 in the pre-sale, you can mint 10 on the public sale. And one of the things here to note is, again, on the public sale, you can mint multiple times. It's not like the pre-sale. So you can mint 2, for example, like something like that. That's entirely possible, right? So the public sale is a lot more like, it's a more free, you can just mint more freely. However, again, you have that 10 max per address. Again, if you guys are, some of you guys trying to aim for the bigger roles, the idea here is that you would go for like a different wallet as well, right? So that's one thing you can do. So that kind of like covers, I guess, pre-sale and public sale. Again, time for public sale as well will be, I think we'll be putting it out on Friday, if I'm not wrong, Miss Hugh, right? Like we'll be putting out the public sale time as well, exact time on Friday. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I guess for in a general sense, both pre-sale and public sale is the same price, right? I think we've put that out like even weeks ago. I think one of the first happy hour sessions we've put it out that it was going to be sold at 0.05. So it's for both pre-sale and public sale, and obviously like the main thing here is that we for the pre-sellers, you've came early. The main thing here is that you've gotten an allocation earlier and you can definitely mint. So you're not going to go through the gas war that will happen in public mint. But again, we want to be fair to the entire community, both public buyers and pre-sellers. So 0.05 is the base standard for both mints. And then, more on like just gas optimization, right? So that's another big part of, I've been hearing a lot of discussion here, and I just want to confirm again, because I think some of you already know, if you've been watching the NFT space for the past couple of weeks, I think about a week or 2 ago, Azuki's came out with a very gas optimized contract, right? Where it was so optimized where, like the savings were in the hundreds of dollars when you start minting 5-10 NFTs. And we actually initially implemented like, the older contracts where normal projects use. And then when Azuki released, we completely redesigned our entire contract architecture. And, we are very happy to say, like, this contract is based on the Azuki contract. So it's very optimized, very fast. Like, we'll do a thread on this tomorrow. But again, if you've read the Azuki thread, you'll probably get what I'm trying to say. But tomorrow we'll kind of like put out a more detailed version of like what the gas prices are. And yeah, you can expect like a crazy gas optimization, right? It was, for example, like Azuki's when they minted like their for their promotional NFTs, I think they minted like 200 NFTs for like 0.2 ETH or something like that, right? Which is completely unheard of before Azuki's built that contract. So like the team behind Azuki's are absolutely amazing, and yeah, we're very inspired by them for sure. So you guys can expect like a really fast contract very gas optimized contract for public mint. And obviously, like when me, Hugh and Roshan stuff met like early in December and like November and stuff, we started chatting this project. One of the main things was like, how do we cater for the C region, right? Because we understand like there's that whole issue where ETH is expensive for anyone in those regions. So we're like super happy with this contract. It's going to be very optimized for people in C, and of course everyone else can also benefit from it. I think from the contract side, that's pretty much it. Again, you guys can expect a very detailed version of all of this tomorrow, probably noon tomorrow, sometime around then. We'll put it out a day earlier before the mint, so the full mint mechanics, and we'll write everything down. And we have a lot of great mods in our Discord, and Amelia and Hugh and stuff, they've been managing this really good. Like, feel free to ask questions, right? If you guys are kind of blur on some stuff. But yeah, everything will be on Discord. We'll also do a post for Twitter, and we'll put something out on Twitter as well. So you have that, you have two different places to read it from. And yeah, I think that's from my side, the full thing. Also, one last thing, sorry, the mint page itself, right? Where you guys gonna mint it? Again, I think Hugh has been putting out a ton of Twitter posts past couple of days, and even on Discord about like fake links and stuff. Again, please like wait for the announcement, right? Like anything that happens before like the announcement page and on 28th, like that's a fake link. So we will be posting up the actual link closer to the date. Again, if you find a link tomorrow, it is not the link. It's not the correct link. Expect probably Hugh to post it up. So only use that link. We'll reiterate this for sure. I think that should be it. Roshan, do you have anything on your side? Maybe on the whitelist stuff. I think Amelia touched on it actually. But if
Jeevan.
Yeah.
I just want to jump in just to tell the community as well in terms of I've been like what Jeevan mentioned as well, right? It is no doubt a scary space, and I think from our end, something to also take note of is this 2-point check system that we have been talking about. So the idea here is that when we do announce in terms of that link, we'll make sure that we'll post it not only on Discord, under the official links, as well as the announcement page itself, but also on Twitter. So please make sure that you just double check that. Obviously, we're just taking a lot of precaution. A lot is happening within the space, and we just want to make sure that all of you guys are safe. So please ensure that you check and make sure and only click links from the official link or even from the announcement itself, and not from general chat or even any of the other chats for that matter. And in terms of the posting, yes, it will be either me or Amelia, nobody else. So either two of us.
Yes, and expect it on like Friday night or probably Saturday morning, right? Anything before, like, just don't click it. It's probably a
yes,
fake
please. Yes. Okay, on to you.
No, I'm done. I don't know. Roshan might have some thoughts on the whitelist stuff. Roshan, if you have anything, maybe like a timeline on when we're closing it. I think Amelia also said a timeline, but if you have any thoughts.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeevan. So nothing more to add in terms of what Amelia said. So just reiterating, we'll close the whitelist submission form at 10 o'clock tomorrow. We'll go through, and we already have been thoroughly checking through all the submissions, removing duplicate submissions, as well as other bot and fake submissions. So we have been carefully scrutinizing all of that. We will also share a document which has all of the whitelisted addresses and the amount that you are able to mint prior to the pre-sale going up. So you'll be able to check that. We're just figuring out how we will do that, or what method we will use to do that. But you should probably expect that in the next 48 hours.
Yep, and just to add on that as well, if you've been added to the whitelist support channel, or if you've been tagged on the whitelist support channel, please take a look and respond to us there, because that's where we will clarify any sort of discrepancies between your wallet addresses or emails or Discord IDs.
Cool. Questions, Q&A, right? Move to that.
Yep,
I'm sure
let's go
there's
to
some
the
people with
Q&A.
questions.
Any questions?
One question here. First of all, good job, guys. On this, really excited about the mint. Just one quick question. Assuming that all the people who get whitelisted mint to the maximum allocation rate, would there still be any left for the public, or what is the allocation like? Yeah.
Sorry, actually, Hugh, you might want to take this. You probably know the whitelist amounts better than me.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, on note of that, obviously that was one of our big priorities. We wanted to make sure that we do have a general mint. So we already have clarified in terms of everyone who has submitted their addresses, and also looked at the mint allocations. And obviously we did the math before, but obviously constantly double checking. And yes, we will have a general mint. So you can be sure of that. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, we have a pretty decent public mint as well, right, Hugh?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we just wanted to make sure that it's also fair as well across the board. So obviously, you know, some of you guys have grinded super hard, or actually all of you guys on the whitelist have grinded super hard. Obviously, you know, really, really appreciate that. And I guess that's why you're on the list, and you get first dibs. But definitely for those people who are not on the whitelist, you don't have to worry that we will have NFTs for you guys as well, or lucky tigers for that matter.
Yeah, they just might mint up very quickly given Jeevan's gas optimizations. So get in quick.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hey guys,
Go ahead and unmute. Yep, please.
can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I'm actually quite glad that you guys are using ARC7218 to optimize the gas price. I think that will actually save a lot of money. So thanks for pivoting at the last minute. The first question that I have is that, can we use a smart contract to mint?
Yeah, so pre-sale, I hear some echo. Yeah, so pre-sale, you can't use the contract to mint, but public sale you can, right? I think you're quite technical. Yeah, so pre-sale has like additional optimization that like you would need the front end to mint. But then the public mint, yeah, you can go through contracts. But again, like I don't advise anyone who hasn't interacted with the contract to go through the contract for the public mint. Use the front end. But yes, if you truly want to go through the contract, you can for the public mint.
Yeah, thanks for that. I was just curious because I'm pretty sure you guys would have assigned the rules for the number of limit of mints, right, for per wallet. Question number 2, just touching on the rarity itself. For example, the wildcard that you guys mentioned, which is about 0.004% of 6688. I'm just trying to understand the mechanism. What is the probability or ratio is there any probability or ratio of the first series or second series, that the ratio to get a wild card, the probability or the chance is higher, it's just absolutely random?
Yeah, so we've those wildcards are placed in completely random places. So actually, we literally kind of decided about all this wildcard stuff a few days ago. We had a chat, me, Hugh, and Roshan stuff, and we were like, oh man, it'd be really cool to introduce more variety into the collection. But yeah, it's truly random, right? We have no idea myself where it's gonna be. Yes, I can look beforehand, but again, we're trying to make it as random as we can. So yeah, literally can't say anything more than that. It's probably going to be any position. Actually, this is one of the things we chatted about yesterday, which is Hugh highlighted this very interesting point around how people would for example, want to mint certain numbers, like 888 and 6688, for example, right? The last NFT. So it's interesting because the wildcard, it could be anywhere in the collection. So yeah, that's just a game that everyone has to play.
That's right.
Cool, thanks. Because I was just wondering, because some projects, they do allocate certain amount of number for pre-sale in terms of splitting the ratio. But yeah, understood. Third question that I have in mind that I wanted to ask is about the metaverse, right? It's mentioned in the utility, but would any of you be able to explain further?
Sure. I can take this question. Thanks, man. So I think the idea here is that even though, yes, a lot of the community is Southeast Asian, located within Southeast Asia, and I think majority especially within Singapore and Malaysia itself. But I think the idea here is that, we definitely want to be able to also cater to a great community outside of Malaysia and Singapore, or even Southeast Asia for that matter. And I think that's the idea, to actually look at that. That has always been the plan of PMC, to be able to, whether it be virtual parties. I think another thing that we also touched on during one of our earlier AMAs as well is that a big part of this, if you guys don't already know, is that we've got this Tiger Uncaged Fund. So what happens is that 30% of all these proceeds will actually be going towards giving grants out towards artists as well as musicians from the region. So what we want to be able to do is also be using this platform to be able to highlight these particular individuals or even groups, and also using them as well to somewhat tie into whether it be the collaborative NFTs, whether it be whether it be even for the events as well. But I think most importantly as well is the education, and also to be able to give them awareness. So when I also speak about, not necessarily metaverse per se, but more like digital, that is also something that we want to be able to be doing. Like this happy hour that we're doing right now, obviously it's all focused around the project itself. But I think down the track, we want to be able to educate and create more awareness. So these are some of the other perks that we are going to be releasing as well. And obviously, it's not only able to be enjoyed by so-called Malaysian Singaporeans or Southeast Asians for that matter, but really worldwide. Is that okay? To answer your question?
Good question, man. Good question.
Yeah, very good question. Thank you.
I've got just one last question, if you guys can hold on with
me. Please, go.
I keep seeing in the utility itself, it says that this would be applicable for Tiger Year. So does this mean that this particular NFT is only for a year, or would it be lifetime?
Sure. So I know that you joined the server not long ago, and thanks so much for joining us. Welcome. So this is also something that we touched on. I think a few other people also spoke about this. I think for us, the main thing here is that, obviously having engaged Tiger. So I'm actually from PMC itself, completely front running this entire thing. But obviously, having a partner like Tiger has been a real blessing in that sense, to be able to create more awareness around it. So I think when it comes to the year itself, the plan is we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I think the plan here, so far talking to Tiger as our partners, whatever that they've seen here today, and the past few weeks, they are very, very impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, when it came to us pitching this idea as well to them, quite clueless when it comes to this NFT space. So a lot of it, I think, for them, was let's see how it goes, and we'll play it by ear. And I mean, so far, whatever that's been happening, they really love that. Obviously, I can't speak on behalf of Tiger and say that we're going to be getting free beer allocations for the next 10 years or so. But I think the idea here is that looking at it, this project is a real success, and if it continues its momentum, definitely it has really got the attention of the management team, and even the management team itself. There are talks of even rolling it out past Malaysia and Singapore. So that is the plan. We want to be able to continue this. I think we definitely want longevity in this project. And even though we've listed also these 5 utilities that I shared just now, I think the plan is to continue to add on. Because I think, end of the day, we've somewhat built a great community in terms of what you see today.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. I think the key word there was longevity. That's what I wanted to hear.
Thank you.
Really grateful and happy and proud to be part of the first Southeast Asia project. Truly blessed.
Thank you so much for being a part of it. Questions? Any other questions?
Can you hear me? Unmute? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey guys, first of all, big fan of PMC. Hugh, what you did with the brand is truly amazing, and getting to collaborate with Tiger is a big coup for the brand. So really excited about this project. My question is, and I apologize if I missed this out in the literature somewhere, but how do you guys plan on managing the invites to events and stuff? Is it strictly going to be for NFT holders, or are you going to allow us to bring a friend or two?
Yeah, so I think the idea here, it is really weird rocking up an event alone. So I think that's something that we've also discussed internally, that it will always come in pairs. But end of the day, say for example, we have 3,000 or 4,000 holders. I think the plan here is that obviously not all locations will be able to, or I would say actually, none of the locations would be able to hold 4,000 people, especially within this landscape right now with the pandemic. So I think the idea here is that it will be a little bit more random. It will be, whether it be a raffle type system or even certain competitions that we do put into mechanics for you to obviously get invited to these events. But I think the plan here as well is that even though I've mentioned that we are aiming for 6 for the year, I think as long as maybe in this current climate right now as well, we might do a bunch of smaller ones on top of the 6. So I think the 6 really creating something different. I mean, one of the words that we use here is obviously special. And the idea here is that these type of experiences where you don't experience on a daily basis or even on a monthly or maybe even a yearly basis. So we want to make sure that those 6 are really, really strong. But I think it's not stopping us from doing other smaller ones, whether it be 50 people type things. And we hope to be able to roll that out as well.
Thanks, guys. Horrible time to be managing events in this climate, but can't wait to see what you guys can come up with.
For sure. Thank you. We're excited to show you as well. Continue to wow you guys. Questions? Any other questions?
Unmute?
Yeah.
If not, I think we have a few from the general chat.
Okay, go ahead, Amelia. Start with those first.
First one. Okay, let's start with those. First question: Will the PMC merchandise be provided free of charge to Genesis holders?
Yeah. So even that as well, I can be completely honest. we can't be giving all 3,000 of you guys all the merchandise. Like I said, I think I mentioned this as well during our first AMA. And one of it, the first thing that we're going to be launching is this thing called the 12 artifacts. So even for the 12 artifacts, that comprises of 12 items. What we're actually planning to do there is that obviously we will be running competitions. We want to be able to provide that at a very reasonable price for the holders itself. And just because the collection itself is only exclusive for you guys. So the plan is we will be running competitions on some of them. And obviously those are free, but the rest of it, like I mentioned, will be at a reasonable price. So it's not going to be, we're not going to be dishing it out and giving it, for free to everyone. Definitely not.
All right, next question, which we touched on earlier. Will the Tiger Beer redemption take place forever as long as we hold the NFTs? Maybe you just want to quickly go through that again.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, I think the idea here for what we can commit to for now is definitely all the way till end of the year. But the plan here is to obviously continue it. Like I mentioned, we've been watching, and even Tiger as well, have been watching over this project quite closely. And I'm proud to say that whatever they've seen so far, they are impressed. So definitely, I think the idea here is we want to be able to really grow this. And, Malaysia and Singapore, obviously for starters, just because it's easier and we're somewhat located within this region. But I think the idea is to somewhat roll this out, at least Southeast Asia first. That is the plan.
That is the plan indeed. Next question. Is the redemption capped at number of... Oh.
Sorry, just before you continue, just a short question here. I just want to clarify something before you jump into the rest questions. So someone asked, public mint is 30th January, never minted with Mintable before. Just want to clarify that, you'll be minting on our main website, and so we'll release the link very soon. So you guys will any minting operations will always happen on the website. That will be announced releasing very soon, and Mintable and OpenSea and stuff. Those are secondary markets that you can trade your NFTs on. Just want to clarify that.
Yeah, and just to touch on Mintable, maybe also that thought process around this. I think a big part for our project was education. It's really, really great to see that, we've obviously got the pros here, but at the same point of time, we've got people who are new to the space. And it's been great in terms of community, helping each other out, pointing them in the right direction. I think that's been amazing, and that is what we want. Part of the reason of obviously partnering up with Mintable, like Jeevan said, is for secondary sales. What it then allows you to do is that even if you don't own ETH, if this entire process somewhat scares you, you're able to obviously sign up for an account on Mintable and buy it via credit card as well. Obviously, you don't get the full experience, and I highly encourage you to really take that leap of faith, because it will change you. I guarantee you. But there is also that option, and we want it to be able to be accessible, I guess, to the general public. So that's why you do see Mintable, and you will continue to see more information over the coming days about Mintable. Amelia.
All right. Next question. Is the redemption capped at number of Tiger mugs at selected bars per year, or is it limited to mugs per visit at selected bars?
Can you just repeat that again, please?
Basically, beer redemption, is it limited? Is it capped at number of mugs at the bar per year, or is it mugs per visit?
No, so it's neither of them.
Neither.
The plan here is that we will be setting a cap, so it's an overall cap. All the bars will have a system that links up to our system, and the plan here is that you guys will have visibility of how close we are to the cap. So the last thing we want is for you guys to be rocking up at the bar and saying, "Hey, give me my beer," and they go, "Sorry, we're out." So I think the plan here is that it will be live data, transferring, to the website or even to Discord, that you will be able to see how many beers have we redeemed, and you can just pretty much go to any of those 20 plus outlets that I've mentioned to just redeem your beer. So that's the plan.
Follow-up question. What locations in Malaysia will the party/beer beer redemptions be at? Is it only KL? No, it isn't.
So I think no, definitely not. We're not only looking at KL internally in terms of our discussions that we've been having with the team and speaking to. Well, it helps that having run PMC now for 11 years, having built many different contacts, whether it be up north all the way in Penang or even down south, closer towards JB, maybe that's a great meetup point as well. For us, the main thing here is really the location. Is really the location and the experience. So I wouldn't. I'm confident to say that it won't only be in Malaysia. Maybe it could be in Langkawi, right? Maybe all of us are in Langkawi. Maybe. So no. The answer to that would be it's not only limited to KL.
That's right. So next one, will the parties be held every month, even beyond this year?
Yeah. So, like I said, what I want to be able to commit to is at least 6. I'm happy to disclose that as well. But the plan is that on top of that 6, we want to be able to do smaller satellite parties. Maybe, smaller things, maybe like 40, 50 sort of community meetups. That is the plan as well. So it's, and obviously, again, looking, now we're already in January coming up to the second month. That leaves us another 11 months for 2022. Like I said, we don't want to overcommit. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be a good year, and if that's the case, we definitely will want to continue it.
For sure. All right. Do you plan on collaborating with famous international artists for future NFTs?
Yep, that's always the plan. Obviously, a big part of it is to be able to shill our people, within Southeast Asia itself. That is always going to be the priority. But I think the plan here is that we've got a good community that we've been building over the past years. We want to be able to also work with them. So whether it be other NFT projects out there, whether it be other personalities as well, that is also part of the agenda.
Hey. Any collabs planned with celebrities or big names, or how about getting local celebs or YouTubers to post about the Tiger NFTs? Well, stay tuned.
Yeah, exactly. Like what Amelia said, having the support of Tiger, obviously they get access to a lot of big names. So stay tuned. I guess, stay tuned. On everyone, stay tuned.
Yes, from a PMC standpoint, we have access to some big names as well. So all we can say for now is stay tuned. We will definitely be posting it on our Discord as well when those big names or celebrities post something too. All right, next one. For the metaverse parties, do you plan on purchasing land on Sandbox or Decentraland?
Yep. So that's something that we're researching a lot about. Obviously, somewhat following suit with the other big names within, or the bigger names within the industry, like whether it be Nike or even Adidas, and even some of these other parties who have been expressing interest within those spaces. I think that's the plan, right? I think as PMC itself, one of the reasons that we've managed to, be around for 11 years is to constantly adapt. In terms of the team, itself, obviously I'm getting older, but to constantly stay relevant. So we definitely see a lot of value, whether it be a virtual store down the track, whether it be virtual events like I mentioned, that is something that we are looking at, and we hope to be able to roll out within this year itself.
Yeah. Well, here you're not that old. All right. Next question, which Jeevan did touch on earlier, but maybe we can quickly run through it again. Can the mint be done in a strategic manner? For instance, each Tiger roll will have a given time frame to mint, as this will allow members to mint at a lower gas fee, like Azuki. Want to quickly touch on this, Hugh, Jeevan?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Can the mint be done in a strategic manner? For example, each Tiger roll will be given a given time frame to mint as for a lower gas fee, similar to Azuki. So do you want to just quickly go through that again?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's definitely doable. However, like we still feel like if you were to put like a 6-hour time strain on, let's say, just goal, there's going to be some goals that have missed out. So having that 36, 48 hour time gap for all pre-salers, they have much longer time to go and mint. And hopefully the thing here is like no one's rushing like too much early on, because you have that 48 hours to mint. And that was I guess like our version of Azuki's, which is a longer, much longer time span for the pre-sale. And even the public mint, public mint as well, we have that 2 days to the reveal. And obviously, like, the main thing here is the reveal. One of the early design, I guess, like, design goals we had, which was having the reveal on the first, right? So yeah, so like, just to I guess, like, elaborate what I was trying to say, we don't have like timed, I guess, like, mint for gold and white and jade. But then again, you'll have that 2 days to mint in that period. So I don't think there's going to be a big gas war for it. And even then, one of the main thing here with Azuki contracts is that like, whether it's 200 gas or 100 gas, the difference in terms of like how much you pay is actually quite little in comparison to like just a normal sale. So yeah, again, you probably won't be affected that much.
All right. Next question. Will PMC perks be available to holders in other countries, such as the US?
Yep. So that's also something that I've also touched on as well. Obviously, when it comes to the beer redemption as well as the in real life events, obviously, if you can travel, that would be amazing. We'd love to have you. But at the same point of time, there are also the other utilities that we've mentioned, whether it be the merchandise, whether it be the airdrops, whether it be the priority access to, whether it be collections from PMC that we do launch. All holders will get access to that. So that is also part of the plan, to be able to integrate what we currently do as a brand to tie it into the Tiger archives.
Yes, again, stay tuned for our updates. Next question is from our very own Jeevan. I heard Hugh is getting married. Does Tiger NFTs get you access to Hugh's wedding?
What the fuck?
And someone also asked, will you be live streaming it?
Happy hour with Hugh's wedding.
Happy hour.
Yeah, man. I know, right? No, man. I think somewhat, supposed to get married 2 years ago before this whole pandemic hit. So I think the plan now is we're kind of we just can't be bothered anymore, to be honest. So we want to be able to do something a little bit exclusive. Maybe we can invite the Sabretooth people within the Sabretooth category.
Yeah, that was a joke. You
50 of them.
All good.
But
All
thanks
good.
for answering it anyways.
Please. I try, man. I try.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I think there are. Okay. So, one more question. Will the beer redemption come on a first come, first served basis? If so, does that mean I can have unlimited redemptions in one sitting?
Yeah.
Can you drink that much beer?
Exactly. No, there will definitely be a cap. Yeah, there will definitely be a cap on it. So, but we want to make sure that whoever that obviously is a part of this is able to. I think the main things here, I also mentioned this during the last AMA as well. I mean, the beer redemption is obviously one part of it. But what I can say is that if you do come to our parties, that's free flow. Drink all you want. I can guarantee you that. That I can actually state. Yeah.
Yes, but make sure you don't drive home. That's all we ask.
Exactly. Yeah, drink responsibly. I think that's important, obviously.
Yep. And I'm sorry I questioned your beer drinking capabilities to the person who asked the question. All right. Any more questions?
Before we
Anyone want
conclude,
to unmute before we conclude? Anyone? Don't be shy. Last chance.
okay, actually, I do want to mention a few things as well that Jeevan didn't touch on regarding midday. So the plan here as well is that we will be online. We'll make sure that we are on this voice channel, which is Tiger Hangouts. So if any of you guys run into any issues at all, whether it be, I don't know what to do, down to, my wallet's not registering or whatever the case may be, we will obviously not 24 hours, but we will also be listing in terms of the timing, and it will be for a big chunk of time that we'll be here to be able to help you out. And obviously, when some of us do need sleep, we will also have the other mods as well to be able to assist as and when. So, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, on that note, actually, I might add something here. Just I forgot to mention this just now. You'll be able to mint not just on MetaMask, but people with like Wallet Connect, Trust Wallet, and stuff like that. You'll be able to mint as well. So tomorrow, when we do our mint mechanics thread/post on Discord, we will announce all the wallets that you can mint from, and obviously if there is someone here with like a really weird wallet, we'll try our best to cater for you as well. Just reach out to the team or something, and we'll definitely we're very open to hearing if you need extra wallets to be able to connect, right? Because we've kind of built it based on I guess most used wallets. But I know some people might have a really weird wallet. So as long as the service we're using has that wallet, we'll be able to connect it in. And that's another big reason why we left the 2 days gap there. Just in case anyone has any issues with anything, we'll always be able to step in and definitely cater for you.
Okay, Amelia, I think we're done.
Hey guys, just a quick suggestion. Sorry. I know you guys have some safety precaution that you post the link in Twitter and Discord. But you mentioned that you would announce the time on the day itself. Would it be possible for you guys to give us a time on when is the time for you guys to post the time of the mint? Because people would still, sometimes fall for victim with the scammers and stuff. Because recently, a lot of hacking that was going on. For example, lots and stuff. People got scammed, and
Yeah, that's a great suggestion, man. That's a great suggestion. Let's do that tomorrow. We'll give a time frame, right? Yeah, that's a really good suggestion. We'll do that. Thank you for that.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, I think that's it.
That's it for tonight. So
see you in Discord.
I will be posting. See you on Discord. I will be posting some of the announcements that we made tonight over on the announcements channels after this. So if any of you guys see people asking questions or seeking clarification, please just point them to the announcement channel once those things are up.
Hi, sorry guys.
Oh, please.
Hi.
Can I know how much is a gas fee for purchasing the NFT?
Yeah,
so we just give a gauge. Yep.
Yeah, sure thing. So again, it really depends on what the gas fee is on Ethereum's network at the time. But yeah, normally, Ethereum itself ranges from about, on a good day, about 70, 80, all the way to 200, right? And that's something you want to keep conscious of as well. But yeah, again, we definitely cannot confirm that. It's truly depending on other what is happening on Ethereum. But I think, for my knowledge right now, there's not many big projects launching on the 28th. So we really hope that the gas isn't too crazy for that. But again, on that note, that's just on Ethereum's gas fee. We've optimized the contracts quite a bit, and tomorrow we'll be posting up how much exactly is a mint, or 5 mints, for example, even 10 mints, for example. and like what you can expect. And obviously it won't be one-to-one with the with Ethereum itself when we go live, but you can at least extrapolate that information and make assumptions on how much you'll be expecting to pay for gas.
Just to touch on that as well, I think just speaking through experience, right? Not a whole lot of experience, not gonna lie. But what I normally somewhat, what seems fair to me, what I've seen before, and the past few projects that I've somewhat minted is, and what I'm happy to actually click accept or to confirm is for one NFT anywhere from, I've seen things go as low as $20. I've also paid as high as maybe like $80 to $100. So I think between that, I would just accept it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I just want. Yeah, I just want to share my experience as well.
Please.
Typically, in this case, we have about 48 hours to mint. So sometimes there are websites or links that provides the sheet where the past historical price of GWay, right? So that you can find the most optimized time to go and mint. That's one. Number two, what I would do is I would constantly go and check the gas price. So it'll be good also, just as a suggestion, if you guys can add a channel where people can go and check the gas price, the fees, and try to find the most optimized time to go and mint. And the other suggestion is that I would try to avoid, when I mint, I don't choose the settings too low, because sometimes that can get blocked in the blockchain. So it's always advisable to do it either medium or high. For me, I always go for high just to be cautious, because it's just a few bucks, right, in terms of USD. So yeah, just wanted to share a little bit of that.
Man, that's great. Thanks so much.
Yeah, we'll definitely come up with a plan for what you've mentioned. So yeah, thank you.
Right, just a few more things before we close. Someone asked, any new sneak peeks? New sneak peeks coming tonight. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we've got one more. Yeah, one more, right?
Last one.
Yeah, last one. Okay, cool.
Last one.
Yeah, on that note,
and someone also said, oh, okay.
Sorry, man.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, on that note, for the past week, we've been generating 20, 30K images, and they look quite fucking cool. So just want to put it out there, there's a lot of variation in the collection. I think, I'm not sure if Jack is here actually.
No, Jack's not. Unfortunately, Jack's not here.
Yeah, they did a killer job on this, and there's so many tigers and so many different poses. It's quite insane, the amount of work they put in. So the collection's pretty decked out in that sense.
Absolutely. Cheers to Jack and our team of architects for that. One last thing. Someone said, pity PMC team worked so hard on this before CN. Please have a beer after midday. Well, we are having a beer, right? We have our beers right. We do this for you guys, our community. So thank you for being here, and thank you for sticking with us. More to come. Hugh, last words?
Just again, like what Amelia said, like I said, none of this would obviously be possible without all your help. So really, really appreciate all the support that you guys have given. Obviously, we're close to mint date, so stay vigilant. I think we've got a great community, and everyone's going to be helping each other out. So I think that's the idea. And obviously, after mint date, party time. So thanks, guys.
Indeed. Yes, thanks, guys. And remember, don't click any links unless it's from Hugh or myself.
Mint links at least.
Yes, mint links at least. All right. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wednesday. Happy hump day.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Yes, guys. Good stuff. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Can't wait to meet, man.
Yeah. So
Let's go.
LFG.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, HOH.
HOH.
Thanks, guys.